Hello and welcome to today's video as we cover the LCK games that took place this morning between DNS and DRX, DN Supers and Team DRX in the LCK Cup best of fives. And then some news that occurred in CBLOL. We're not doing patch 4 because of this news. We'll try and fit it in at some point this weekend. It is a big patch and I think it would be interesting to discuss who it may help the most. Now, I thought DRX would take this. Looking at the best players in the LCK and LPL combined, we saw that DRX had the better players, especially in the bot lane duo of Jiwo Andal. However, that was really thwarted today by Pioshik, who was dominant in this best of 5 and in the 3-1 win. Now, what's interesting, though, is this was a series that you could argue was relatively even, despite it going 3-1. Pioshik had a solo kill, going 27-5 and 42 in the jungle with 84 kill participation. Duckdom had a solo kill, 29% of damage. Now, for DRX, Jiwoo led in all 3 categories. He had a solo as well. All these players had a solo kill in Game 4. 24, 15, 23. He also had the best damage percentage at 30 and KP at 85%. Now, when we look at the other stats macro-wise in this matchup, we see that DNS took 11 of 18 Drakes, and that was huge. 3 of 4 Barons. Now, with those 4 Barons in total, DRX were able to get 4,200 gold on average with theirs, and DNS 4,200 with theirs. In Game 4, DNS actually took a Baron that resulted in negative gold. The other 2 Barons were plus 6,000 or so. So, DNS actually were not for out of all the minutes played in this series, when we take into account the value that Drakes bring, DRX actually were ahead in gold control, 52 to 48. Now they lose 3-1. In Game 4, they end up allowing DRX to stack Infernals, and DRX are able to win as a result of that, in my opinion, using the buffs, etc., to get the job done and to alleviate what was a gold deficit for the majority of the game that DRX could not expand on. They're up about 3,500 gold at most. The value of that gold lead may have risen even farther than that. They did take the first 2 Drakes of the game, but as the game went along, DNS were able to recover, stack their Drakes, take a Baron, make the game go a little longer, and then win. Game 1 and 2, very DNS favored. Game 3, DRX favored. It's just that Game 4, DNS winning, it was a long game. It really was DRX leading the vast majority of it. The bot lane duos in the AD carry position, well, the AD carry position was the difference here. Jiwoo statistically has been one of the better AD carries thus far this season. Better than Duckdom, Andal being very good, and Peter as well. But in the end, it's Pioshik into Willer, and Pioshik was a big reason why. DNS win. Now, DNS get D+ tomorrow. It's a little different animal. Now, in news, we have Americas. So, LYN Gaming, Zamudo is officially freed. Understand that Zamudo has had visa issues getting into NA. He had visa issues last year as well, which resulted in him playing in Brazil. Will he play in Brazil again this season? We'll see, whether it's that or Europe. He is one of the best North American prospects. You could argue he is the best North American prospect. And he has been the best one for a couple of years now. A player that I remember even a couple of years ago to a few years ago going to Korea and things and being a very strong future of North American top lane. You had Sniper, and then you had Zamudo. I think Zamudo was a big Fiora player, if I recall correctly. Could be wrong, but I want to say that was the case. In the end, LYN, for some reason, there's some visa issues going on that cannot be solved, and it's only Zamudo that it's not working out for. I don't get it. I understand there were a lot of visa issues with everybody at first, but Zamudo's is the one that continues to get hung up. And I have read things to the effect of, because he's a young player, he doesn't have, the standing to go to, somebody and say, hey, I want a visa to play games. And they're like, yeah, well, why would we let you do that? A lot of people want to say this about North American talent, this and that. Zamudo is actually in that conversation, he's top tier. You know, a lot of people like to get a little lax with that term, especially this season. Seeing it more than ever. Um, there's a little bit of horseshoe theory going on there too, in my opinion, as far as imports versus um, residents and for rosters. By the way, a little bit of horseshoe things going on there that I don't feel too good about seeing from the community. But regardless, Zamudo is pretty good, and he'll find a home. He'll find a home. Now, Loud, drama. Mago is out. G Mago is out. I had some person that was a big fanboy of his in my comments saying he was like Baker, this and that. I see rumors about that even being referenced in this spat he's had with his head coach Rays that has resulted in Mago leaving his team behind and leaving them high and dry. Mago has been a player that has struggled to get opportunities in CBLOL over the years. Well, actually, I can't even say that. Maybe he's been turning down offers. From what I understand, he's mainly a streamer. He played briefly in Academy a few years ago. I think maybe 2021. Played last year a bit. Played this year. He struggled. Statistically, 2-1 KDA, 57 KP, 93 CS per minute. Not very involved in what his team did, and died a lot. 139 ROI, 1.8 share differential. He's not dealing a lot of damage either. It really makes it so that Loud have to play a certain way. Xeno in top lane has to play as a carry, which is fine. Young player is doing his job as a rookie at a high level. Young Jay also. In my opinion, Mago has been the weakest player on this team, and it was not particularly close. Behind 640 gold on average at 15 minutes. 1 solo kill, 7 champions in 12 games. Behind 650 gold pretty much on average every game. That's not good enough. Now, are they going to be better off losing Mago 2 days before a elimination series? Probably not. Probably not. But Loud, I think, are locked in to America's Cup. There is value to be for going to first stand as a Brazilian team, certainly. That is honestly huge. It's probably bigger than going to MSI or Worlds for the Brazilian organization that gets that job done. So it is a big deal, but he left. And I really am not reading into the rumors. It's just that is a shitty situation for the other 4 players on that team. It really is. You left your team high and dry. And the coach also plays a role in that. I'm not picking sides. It's just, it's not good. It's not good. And Mago has not been good. He's been the worst player on the team. Envy is who they bring in. He's a veteran. He's 28 years old, 27, 28 years old. He's been around the block, seen a lot of League of Legends. He's playing on the fly. Is he the best player not in Tier 1 in Brazil and mid? No. I think Fu is better, but Fu is preoccupied on another team. So, long term, we'll see what happens. I know I saw rumors of Cody as well. We'll see, because there were rumors about that as also for spring. And maybe that's the case. They were going to replace him anyways. Maybe he feels Mago felt he was going to get replaced. Who knows? But his play did not warrant keeping the job either. Envy, last season in a lower level of play, did not look very good. 4-3 KDA, 66 KP, 8-1 CS per minute. Did deal a lot of damage, 1.82, 5.1 share differential. He was a secondary carry level player, very aggressive, but when you look at the farm, you realize he didn't get that much gold to begin with. Laning wise, ahead at 15 minutes, lower level of play, 1 solo kill every 3 games, 1 new champion every 3 games. A veteran presence, I think that they're kind of fucked. It's really late in the going to have a situation like this occur. But also, I believe the last part I said about Cody being rumored to be somebody that they were looking at, if they were looking for other players, you did this to yourself as Loud. I really do not feel Like, teams reap what they sow when they start trying out players when shit's still going on, and making roster decisions when shit's still going on. Like, you're in this split. You run with this roster. Do not be planning for the next roster. No. I don't like when any organization does that. I think that's bullshit. So, I think when your team sucks when that happens, that's on the team. So, yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.